and welcome back to Odds On Champions League. Let's take a look at Wednesday's games in this fifth match day of the Champions League, especially that one at Old Trafford. Man United PSG, always with Alvaro Romeo and Daniele Fisichella. And remember, leave a comment in this video and you will have the chance to win a £10 free bet with Novibet. Just write whatever you want and you will participate in the draw. Also, thumbs up, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to click on the bell to get all the notifications whenever we publish new content. And now let's listen to all the tips. Back to the Champions League to analyze the Wednesday games in the fifth match day with Alvaro Romeo and Dani Fisichella. Hello, guys.
Hello.
And I'm looking forward to hearing your predictions, especially for this Man United PSG. But first things first, and let's start with Group E, traveling to Russia to see this Krasnodar Raghan, two teams that are out of the Champions League already, only 1 point. They show that they don't deserve to be in this competition. They are debutants, but they are not facing any opposition to Chelsea and Sevilla in this group. So the only thing here is to know which team is going to the Europa League, Daniele. And here the odds are practically the same for Krasnodar and Raghan. I don't know where to look at this game. Probably not at the outright market, probably at the goals one.
Tough to call because Krasnodar lost again at the weekend, lost 7 out of the last 8 games. In the Russian league, they are closer to the relegation than to the top, and they always seem to concede in the last 20 minutes. They crumble as they did last week. Rennes, again, they were disappointing at the weekend. I watched them against Strasbourg. They only rescue a point at the end when Strasbourg were down with 10 men. So they finished 1-1, and they lost their number 9, Guirassy, has an injury. And Guirassy is the only player who scored for Rennes in this Champions League. They struggle as well to keep clean sheets. So because the game is played in Russia, I can see Krasnodar as being slightly favorite for this one, but nonetheless it's a very difficult one to call. So you could go for a goals over 3, so high scoring goals. They have both to go for it because they want to play in the Europa League in spring, and that pays around 2.50. Or if you think the home side can have a slight advantage, then a Krasnodar win pays 2.65.
Do you also see goals here, Alvaro? You think Raghan could win? Again, the odds for either Krasnodar and Raghan are practically the same.
Yeah, well, in the first place, I would like to say that the gulf in quality in this group between Sevilla, Chelsea and the rest has been enormous. Number 2, there was a 1-1 in the reverse fixture, but I do believe that Krasnodar is a better team. In fact, against Sevilla, they played really well in both games. In one of them, they almost beat Sevilla. It was 3-2 for the Hispalenses at the Sánchez Pizjuán. And then it wasn't easy for Sevilla at Krasnodar either. So I think that in this game, we shouldn't forget that the winner goes to the Europa League. And we shouldn't forget another thing. Stade Reims looks so poor sometimes because they have lost 2 key players almost in October. Edouard Mendy went to Chelsea. He was the key goalkeeper in there, the best goalkeeper probably in the league. And then they lost Rafinha, who scored against Everton this weekend for Leeds. So they have lost key players once the season was started. So that's why the team looks so weak. So I'm going for the following. A home win for Krasnodar pays 270. And then a win to nil for Krasnodar, if you really think that they are going to manage that, is 5.0. So basically, the multiplication tells you, you put 1, you get 5, why not?
Also, the odds for Asian Handicap 0 for Krasnodar is 1.95. So if we trust Krasnodar, is good one, and then if they draw, at least we get our money back. And in the Sánchez Pizjuán in Sevilla, the first spot of this group is on stake. We have Sevilla, Chelsea, Sevilla winning in La Liga again, keeping a clean sheet. They are a very tough team, very competitive. It's amazing the job that Lopetegui is doing, but also Chelsea is a very reliable one. Here again, Alvaro, the odds are basically the same for Sevilla or for Chelsea. I think this is a very tough one to call.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's a very appealing one, no? Because a win, a draw, or a lose you, with that choice, you know, which is the more simple and basic one, the original one, basically, you almost triple up your bet. So I'm going for the following, if you don't mind. I think that the draw pays 345. It's, you know, interesting because both teams, they are so similar. But at the same time, I do believe that Sevilla needs to win because they haven't scored as many goals as Chelsea in the Champions League. So in a hypothetical draw on points, Chelsea will go through. So I think that Sevilla is going to win the game, and Sevilla is going to win 2-0 because they are a great defense, and that alone pays 5.0. So I'm going for the following then. Sevilla winning 2-0.
I'm on the same pathway this time with you, Alvaro. I was impressed by Chelsea in the last game. That was the sixth win in a row in the Champions League. They got a lot of strength in depth. They can take players from the bench that can actually impact a game. But I feel Lampard this season might feel he can have a shot at the Premier League. The Premier League is quite tight at the top. So maybe, because they're already qualified, their mind is going to be on the Premier League games. On the other hand, Sevilla, they always score at home in the Champions League. So I can see them slightly favourites. And my bet to back up what you said is both teams to score? No. So only one team to score, and that pays around 220. And I think that team is going to be Sevilla.
So you prefer Sevilla here. They also have one day more of rest. They play on Saturday. Chelsea is playing on Sunday. And in Group F, these teams, they have still to qualify, and we have a very, very good game in Dortmund. Borussia Dortmund, Lazio, 9 points for the German team, 8 for the Italian one. But remember that Bruges has 4 points, so there is still a possibility for them. I was shocked to see Borussia Dortmund losing against Cologne, a team that had not won a single game before that fixture, and also the chance that Haaland missed at the end of the game. But in the Champions League, they've been pretty reliable. They beat Bruges in both games very easily. And Daniele, you didn't trust Lazio, but they got a very good victory with Zenit, especially with Immobile scoring very, very good goals. Here, you give, like the bookies, the favoritism to Borussia Dortmund with odds 1.67.
I do, and how wrong I was not to trust Lazio against Zenit. Lazio are starting to regain form when the three up front, Immobile, Correa, Luis Alberto, they are in a good day. They are very difficult to deal with. The Lazio has already won 3 away games this season. They are a good counter-attacking team, so perhaps the game plan suits them best. Borussia Dortmund will attack more. But as I said, I think the Germans are still slightly favorite. Yes, they lost against Cologne, but it's a blip. This is a strange season. It can happen. And, Dortmund has scored 8 goals in the last 3 Champions League games without conceding. They are unbeaten in the last 8 home Champions League games. So I go for the team from Rhino-Westphalia. So in this case, Borussia Dortmund Asian handicap -1. That pays around 2.06, or a little bit more adventurous, Borussia Dortmund to score in both halves, which they're obviously capable of doing, 2.50.
So you really trust Borussia Dortmund? You see that clear, Alvaro?
Yes, I think so. And I think that Borussia Dortmund might have learned from what happened last year in the Champions League, because they were capable of topping the group with Barcelona and Inter, and in fact they were competitive all the way through, but at the end they didn't. And then in the last 16 round they have to play with PSG, which is obviously one of the worst enemies you can face at that stage of the competition. So I think that coming first of the group is a very important thing this year, considering that the likes of Barcelona, for example, the likes of Bayern, few really good teams, they are already qualified in the first spot, so you want to avoid them. So I think that Dortmund is going to win it, and I will go for the following. I think that the win 2-0 for Dortmund is very well paid, 350, and to score in both halves for Dortmund, 215 is one of the things that you may find interesting as well. So very similar to Daniele, and also an Asian handicap of -0.5 for Dortmund too, 260 is one of those that you may be interested in looking at.
So if Dortmund wins as you expect, if Bruges wins their game against Zenit St. Petersburg, we are going to have a very, very funny last fixture in this group. And Bruges, they are really favorite. Well, really, they are favorite against Zenit, especially seeing how the Russian team is performing in this Champions League. We have Bruges with 4 points they drew in the weekend in the Belgian League, but remember, they were able to win in Russia. And also Alvaro, Zenit is not really in form. They drew also in the weekend against Arsenal Tula, only 1 victory in the last 5 games. So shall we put, Alvaro, our money on Club Bruges?
Yeah, I think so, Edu. I think that Bruges, they're better than Zenit. They won 1-2 the reverse fixture. They can still catch Lazio. And despite the fact that the draw will buy them a place in the Europa League, I think that Bruges still has their eyes on qualifying for the last 16. Yes, it's still doable, believe it or not. So if you go for the conservative one, a home win, it pays 2.18, which is all right. But if you think that Bruges can win 2-0, despite not being the best defense in the Champions League, but Bruges winning 2-0 pays 4.20, which is something very interesting because, basically I do believe that Bruges, they are still very competitive and they still envisage the possibility of catching up with Lazio.
I was disappointed by Bruges, especially by their home form this season, to be fair. They only won 1 game, 2 draw, 1 defeat, and especially their home form in the Champions League. They haven't won a game in the last 12 home Champions League games, so that could be a little bit tricky for them. As you said, the draw is the perfect result for them, and we have to remember that also Dynamo Kiev need to win at least with 2 goals margin to overcome the defeat that they suffered in the first leg, and obviously try to qualify for the Europa League. So I think Zenit, because they lost 2-1. Sorry, they said Dynamo Kiev. They said different team. Zenit, too many East European teams, but it's Zenit St. Petersburg. Having said that, over 3 goals pays 2.28. So if Zenit goes for it, the match can really open up, or a draw, which again suits Bruges, considering the Lazio might lose in Dortmund, so the Bruges goes to the Olimpico with a slight chance to make it. The draw pays 3.78.
So Alvaro is looking more at the Bruges victory. Daniele is more looking at the goals market, and also at Dynamo Kiev, who they are facing Juventus in Group G. This group is not completely, but almost done. Barca and Juventus are going to go through, and Dynamo Kiev and Ferencváros, they are going to fight for getting the Europa League spot. And Daniele, Juventus, again, they failed in the Serie A in their visit to the south of Italy to Benevento. Without Cristiano Ronaldo, they always struggle, even if Morata scored a very good goal again. And we said that last week that they were gonna beat and thrash Ferencváros, and we had to wait until the very last minute to see the winning goal. What to expect here? Also, easy victory for Juventus. The odds are very low, of course, for La Vecchia Signora.
Well, Juventus took 2 massive step backs in the week. They didn't look good against Ferencváros, and they look appalling against Benevento at the weekend. I don't understand why they left Ronaldo out, even though they are already qualified in the Champions League. I don't understand why the Portuguese could always at least be on the bench. The good things for Juventus is, yes, Morata keeps scoring, 8th goal in the season. He will definitely play against Dynamo Kiev because he got sent off in Serie A, so he's going to miss a couple of games. There, Juve needs a reaction because the next round of fixtures are tough. They got the derby against Turin, then they go to Barcelona. Pirlo starts becoming a little bit under pressure. Having said that, Dynamo Kiev are leaky at the back, conceded 9 goals in the last 5. Yes, they played a good first half against Barcelona, but I think they are not a match for Juventus. So I will go for the following. I think Juventus is going to win. They're going to score in both halves, which pays 2.05. Or actually, if you want to be adventurous, an Asian handicap of -2 for Juventus pays 2.57 if you back the Bianconeri's reaction.
I'm afraid of going for Asian handicap actually for Juventus, but Alvaro, I like both teams to score here, seeing how Juventus are defending pretty bad. Actually, what do you expect here?
I agree with one of the things you said. The Asian handicap is good for the. If you go for a Juventus victory, an Asian handicap of -2 pays 262. So that would be one of my bets. I have to say that I was very unimpressed with Dynamo Kiev against Barcelona, because Barcelona played with plenty of subs in that game, and the control and dominance of Barcelona throughout the game was massive, and I thought Dynamo Kiev could have mastered something better. So I'm going for Juventus to win the game, and I'm going for another bet that you may not like a lot, Edu, but in this case is worth looking at, which is Juventus winning both halves. Pays 288, you almost triple up your money, and yeah, as I said before, Juventus at the end of the day, they still eye the top of the table here, because they have to make sure that they reach the last game of the group stage with all their options intact, and for that they have to win this time.
Okay, you both trust Juventus a lot. I don't agree actually that much, but you are the experts and the...
What they say.
Come on, Eduardo, don't be humble.
Of course. The best club, talking about humbleness, Ferencváros, one of the poorest teams in this Champions League. They are facing Barcelona. Ferencváros only 1 point, Barcelona with 12. We don't know what Koeman is gonna do, because Barcelona is keeping an eye on La Liga, where their situation is very poor, but still they are very solid in Europe. You both predicted very well their easy victory in Kiev. And Alvaro, if you also think that Barcelona is going to win easily in Hungary, we have good odds for the Asian handicap, because even the Barcelona's victory is 1.45, which is not that bad actually.
Yeah, it's funny how it goes in the Champions League this year, because I do believe that in La Liga, a team like Barcelona, the rest of the teams have gotten the hang of Barcelona. They know what to do to make them suffer, In the Champions League, that doesn't happen yet. And Ferencváros, despite being sometimes an all-right team, tasty with the ball, they don't have what they need to beat Barcelona, really. I think that Barcelona is going to win this game, and I am totally aware of the fact that Ronald Koeman can play a little bit Russian roulette here, leave Messi at home, leave some other key players rested for, the upcoming games of Barcelona, but they still have the power force to win this game. So I'm going for a win 2-0 for Barcelona, 270. And why is it paid so high? Well, because Barcelona doesn't have Gerard Piqué and doesn't have Sergio Roberto, but a win 2-0 to Barcelona is 270. I will go for that one. And an Asian handicap of -2 for Barcelona as well, it pays 292. So you can put your money on that.
No doubt Barcelona, I think they're going to come out with 3 points from Budapest, but Ferencváros, they are not to be undermined. They only failed to score in one of the last 18 games. Very good in Turin. They are comfortably top of the league in Hungary, +4 points with a game in hand. I must say they were unlucky as well in Turin, so I can see them scoring. So you could go for both teams to score, 2.15, or Ferencváros to take the lead, 3.40. The game then can be turned on its head. Barcelona could win, but then you can more than triple your bet with a first goal for the Hungarian champion.
And they had very good minutes also at the Camp Nou. Of course, they were thrashed, but for some moments they were hurting Barcelona. And the game of the games in this Champions League week, I would say, is in Group H at Old Trafford. We have Man United, PSG. This group is very, very tricky. Man United with 9 points, PSG with 6. And we saw again PSG not performing really good in Ligue 1. They drew against Bordeaux, I would say with a good Neymar in this case, but they won last week in the Champions League. They had a match ball against Leipzig, and they won, as Alvaro would say, in a PSG way, so suffering. But now, I don't know, Alvaro, what you expect here. Man United is a very good team at the counter-attack, as they showed in the Parc des Princes, and PSG is a slightly favorite, actually.
Yes, and in this game, I think that I have to go to the most basic intuition. I think that PSG is better than Manchester United, despite all the variables and which player is missing, who won't be there, the form of Neymar. I think that PSG is a better team. At the end of the day, they reached the Champions League final 4 months ago. This weekend, they rested some key players like Herrera, Di Maria, Idrissa Gueye. None of them played 90 minutes, so I'm going for a win away for PSG. It pays 261, which is already good enough. And then a little bit of a crazy one. I think that the power force of the PSG doesn't need to be mentioned anymore, but it's there, and I think that PSG can score in both halves. That pays 325.
I agree with Alvaro. I think Tuchel has loads of problems, but scoring is not one. So I can see PSG scoring, whereas Solskjaer has clear problems at the back. Neymar versus Maguire, Lindelof is a mismatch. Not mentioned Mbappe, perhaps Moise Kean coming from the bench has already scored a goal so far. So I can see PSG taking the 3 points at Old Trafford. I will say PSG to score first. Doesn't pay much, only 1.91, but it could be a quite safe bet.
I also like the safe bet if we trust PSG. Asian handicap 0 for PSG is 1.90. So if they draw, we get our money back. This can happen. I think PSG is a better team. We all agree, but maybe Man United show good strength at home that they are showing in the Champions League, and we have our money back if they drop. Remember that these teams are gonna play after Istanbul and Leipzig, so they might be really pushed by the German team, who has 6 points, and they really need to win. In Istanbul, the odds are only 1.49 for Nagelsmann men. They beat Arminia Bielefeld during the weekend, and Daniele, they cannot fail here like Man United, for instance, did in Istanbul. So let's go for a win here of Leipzig.
They have to. The last year semi-finalists had no other choice but winning to put pressure on Man United and PSG. Perhaps playing before them is a slight advantage. They have a clear mind and they know they need to get the 3 points. Istanbul Başakşehir, we said last week, they are very hit and miss, unpredictable. Even at the weekend, they were 3-0 up against Denizlispor. They end up drawing 3-3. They are without wins in the 3 games. The only issue, the only concern I have with Leipzig is that they don't seem to have the cutting edge. They create a lot of chances, they don't score many goals. After all, it's very difficult to replace Timo Werner. So far this season, Sabitzer has scored 2 goals, Poulsen 4 goals, Forsberg 3 goals, Sorloth 0 goals. So, you need a little bit more up front, but I think they're gonna win there. And actually, I would go for a clean sheet, which pays around 2.5.
Also, Alvaro, you see Leipzig winning, I guess, here.
Yes, and Daniele spotted on something very interesting, because, at the beginning of the season, I thought that Leipzig not having like a scorer like Timo Werner, but having players who could score from any position was a positive thing, because the surprise factor suddenly booms, any player can score. But at the same time, sometimes Leipzig has been missing that scorer, because, when the team doesn't function collectively, you need someone to make the difference individually. So I think that Julian Nagelsmann is totally aware of that. That's why in the weekend he rested 3 key players, Marcel Sabitzer, Nkunku and Poulsen. They didn't play in the weekend. So I think that this time these players, they are going to be needed, and they are going to deliver at Istanbul. So I think that Leipzig is going to win both halves. That pays 340, and an Asian handicap of -2 for Leipzig is 315. So those will be my bets. And don't forget that Leipzig has in mind that 10 points may not do the job for them ahead. If they want to qualify, they need to have 12 just in case. So I think that they are going to win this game.
Yeah, it's a must win. I was also checking the Asian handicap, -1.5 for Leipzig with odds 2.29, for instance. That's good odds, and they have to win 2 goals in Istanbul. So we have everything here. The only thing missing now is Alvaro's accumulator, always expected by everyone watching these videos.
Eduardo, that I am a very conservative man in my manners, in my money, everything. I've got a cheap car, a cheap bicycle. I am very conservative when it comes to money, but not today. This time I won't be. I'm going for the following. Leipzig winning both halves. Bruce winning, Juventus winning both halves, and PSG winning away. All that pays a total of 55.71. Become rich.
55.
It's on me.
To buy a new car, Alvaro.
It's on me. Become rich.
You want to pay off Santa Claus before Christmas. All the presents. Okay, then we have everything. Thank you, guys. I will remember your accumulator for next week, Alvaro.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good time.
It's gonna be
Bye-bye.
good. Bye-bye.
You see, Alvaro is a very serious person, but adventurous in his accumulator. They both agreed and PSG is gonna win at Old Trafford. Well, let me know what you think in the comment section, and you will have the chance to win a £10 free bet with Novibet. Write a comment and you will participate in the draw. Also remember, like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe to our channel, and do not forget to click on the bell to get all the notifications whenever we publish new content. And also you can listen to all our videos in our podcast. Next week we have more Champions League and we will be back for you.